Hello, everybody, and welcome back once more to Anime Yay or Nay. I am TheOutbackAl.
I'm Envy Jitters.
I'm CheerandCosplay.
And I'm Kozi.
And we're doing other stuff now that Makoto Shinkai's over. We're taking a minute to go over a few things.
Make it sound like you got canceled.
What? What do you mean?
Now that Makoto Shinkai is over.
Well, we ran out of movies. I mean, what else do you want to say? It's over. Till he makes another movie, we're done with Makoto Shinkai. So what are we thinking? 4 years? Something like that? I don't know.
Oh, maybe I'll drop a short.
Maybe. Who knows? Anyway, we wanted to go over a couple of shows that we've been kind of putting... I don't want to say putting off. We've kind of been, like, mentioning amongst ourselves every now and then, and, just recommendations that we really haven't gotten around to yet. So we might as well do that. And one of the ones that have been coming up a lot recently, since we watched Full Metal Panic, is Full Metal Panic Fumoffu, because me and Kozi have said a number of times, yeah, it's the better show.
It really is.
How long has it been since you watched this, do you think?
Oh, I watched it in high school.
Yeah?
So like 10 years.
Okay. And I'm assuming for Envy and Cece, this is your first time watching this, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So what was your first impression? Or better yet, were we right? Was it better than the regular show?
Well, keep in mind, I'm basing my thoughts on 3 episodes that we watched originally of the original show and 3 episodes of this, but I will say everything that I liked about the original Full Metal Panic was the character interactions, and, well, that's pretty much all this show is.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of misadventures of, the characters, and yeah, they have a lot of fun chemistry with each other, so yeah, I can kind of, it's basically, the spy stuff, the international, terrorist organization stuff, we'll mention it, but it's mainly look at our strange situations that we're in right now.
Yeah.
So yes, I liked it.
I really don't remember when we watched the original, but I did like this. I found it cute and silly and just a good time.
Well,
although the main character, you more than realize, being a child soldier your entire life kind of messed up your, not even sense of social progression, just sense of interacting like a normal person.
Yeah, he doesn't know what normal is at this point, but we love him for it.
He didn't even get out of being a child soldier because he just got picked up by a different organization.
Yeah, he went from child soldier to mercenary, and that's pretty much where he's been his whole life. So, just as a quick recap, if you didn't watch our Full Metal Panic, the original one, it's primarily it's half high school comedy, half mecha war drama, which the original show, I think we've said, didn't always mesh very well. When it does one thing, it does it well, and when it does another thing, it does it well, but when it tries to do both of them at the same time, it doesn't quite work as well as you would have hoped. The first season was a little bit mid-tier for the most part, but had a really good concept, and then they had their second season, called The Second Raid, where it focused almost exclusively on the war drama element, and for that, it was really good, I thought. Kozi, what did you watch the second season of it?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like, focusing more heavily, like, on the actual serious moments, like the actual political strife, really actually kind of explaining the Whispered, because as much as they tried in season 1, like, it still comes off very hand-wavy.
Yeah.
And they get kind of deeper into the lore around the actual world. And while I like Fumoffu because it does have the character interactions and it's funny and cute, Second Raid, like, humanizes them a bit more. Like, they're not just comedy pieces. They are fully fleshed out characters.
Yeah, honestly, with some pretty good arcs in there as well. And like, I think part of like the thing you said about like the first season kind of hand waves a couple things. I think that's also a result of like you're being pulled in a couple different directions. And as a result of that, like, nothing really came out to like the 100% that you kind of needed. And this Fumoffu is kind of the other side of it, where it's like, hey, instead of war drama kind of thing, we're going to do the full-on high school comedy, and they do it to a degree that really works. So, yeah, I mean, it's weird that it wasn't until they separated all their pieces that they started really making good stuff. But hey, here we are. So I think we figured.
Say that like the tonal shift was too much, Because I feel like you can have like a really serious like war piece like this and still have comedy in it.
Yeah, lots of...
But like
yeah.
how they were doing the tone shift definitely was too much.
Yeah, because it was almost like an episode-to-episode kind of thing. It's like, are you going to get a comedy? Are you going to get the war drama thing? Like, I look back to something like Code Geass, which had the occasional, very rarely, but the occasional, like, comedic episode kind of thing that would sometimes have to do with, like, the high school shenanigans sort of stuff. But it was like...
Millie.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it has that, to tell you the truth.
I mean, it's a 52-episode series when you're not counting all the sequels and stuff like that. But it had to have, like, those small moments between the larger dramatic arcs to kind of just have, like, a moment, hey, let's just breathe, let's just hang for a minute, let's just have some fun, because there are fun characters in it, and they could have some funny stuff. It was rare. I think it was, like, maybe 2 or 3 episodes of the 52 episodes tops.
I don't want to get too off track, but please tell me they have a Lelouch episode where they go to the beach.
Weirdly enough, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
I don't think there's a beach episode.
Yeah. Oh, one of them does have something to do with, like, it has to do with the school, and there is a swimsuit competition, so that's about as close as you're getting. Which is kind of the point of all the beach episodes anyway. But, yeah, I digress anyway. That's kind of the comparison here. So it's the full comedy for Fumoffu. I'm actually a little sad that you guys didn't get to watch episode 4, because that's actually where you find out what the Fumoffu is.
Yeah,
So-
I thought that was just a play on words or something. I didn't know that was an actual thing.
I mean, why don't we get to plot, and then I can explain it if you want. First off, do you think you guys would continue watching this? I know that's kind of, we usually save it for the end, but I just want to know if I'm allowed to spoil things for you.
Maybe it's not on my priority right now, but I'd say yeah, maybe at some point.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wouldn't mind watching more of it. It's just kind of a pain to watch with the ads.
Okay. Well, then
Funimation.
I'm gonna try not to go into too much of the way of spoilers. We'll give you some vague stuff, but yeah. So, I mean, we pretty much explained it. It's the in between high school adventures that they have between the giant mecha death battles that happen in the series, which
Canonically, it's between season 1 and season 2.
yeah, it's like their summer term for school. I guess all the villains took summer off and went to a beach or something. It's
They
at
were
least
having
my
their own
theory.
beach episode.
I mean, they did defeat the actual villain of the first season of Full Metal Panic.
True. Yeah. So you were due a break, and you can hang out and have your shenanigans. And this one actually is set up to be more like 2 episodes. It's like those little half episodes where the first half and the second half, except for I think episode 3 is like it's sort of all one thing. Their beach
Yeah, it's a single
episode.
episode, yeah.
Yeah, glad we got a beach episode for this. But yeah,
Well, of course.
I'm realizing, because I ended up watching 6 episodes just because I kind of got into it last night. But they kind of, despite the fact splitting everything into 2 episodes, a lot of them tend to run with like a singular theme. Like, episode 1 was...
Sosuke blowing up the girl's confession.
Right. And then the second one that paired with that... Hang on, I need to pull up the episode list just to make sure I know what I'm talking about. Oh, the hostage situation thing with the gang.
Oh
yeah.
To be fair, those technically are connected, because the guys at the end of the first episode were part of the reason the second half of the episode happened. So, but yeah, there was that. There was, I think, the second episode.
Notebook.
Yeah, the second episode had to do with like stuff happening at lunchtime, which was the notebook thing, and them dealing with the fact that they blew up the lunch stand. Well, they didn't blow up the lunch stand. Let's be clear, they didn't blow that up. But they did, ruin some stuff.
And also, not to mention the teacher trying to, I guess, get back at the main guy so bad that he's willing to poison or put tacks or whatever in their food.
Yep, all about lunch.
I mean, to be fair, the principal is a little corrupt.
Yes, and we show that in the very first scene of like, yeah, I'm willing to look past all of these like terrible, terrible things that this kid is doing because we got a big donation for the school.
Yeah,
So,
life be like that sometimes.
yep. I feel like we talked about this a little bit with the first series, but it feels a little bit weird being American and like seeing so much like guns and explosions in a school environment.
I'll be honest. That never actually crossed my mind, to be completely
Okay,
honest.
it's doing its job, I guess. It's funny.
I mean, I remember going into 7th grade, and I had like 20 bomb threats in 1 year. So like, I know what that's like. So
Yeah.
All the other students hate Sosuke.
Oh, I mean, yeah, how could you not?
Except they all think it's a joke. They still don't think it's like real weapons.
I don't think it was this one. I think it was it was actually episode 4, I think. He's like cleaning his weapons in the middle of class or study hall or whatever, and like one guy picks something up. He's like, "Hey, what's this?" And he's like, "It's a smoke grenade." He pulls the pin on it, and the smoke grenade goes off, and the kid's like, "Oh god, I thought like it wasn't loaded or something." And Sosuke's like, "Why would you think that? Like, he's clearly been there long enough that everyone should know that everything he has is dangerous." But everyone's cool with it.
And yet they still don't.
Yeah, they still don't get
The
it.
gang leader lady, she said at one point, they were like, "He's got a gun," and she was like, "It's not real. Why would he have a real gun?"
He's like, "No, it was a real gun."
or you know, the student council president probably knows everything that's happening.
Oh my
But
god, I
it's
love
like-
that guy.
But it's like he's doing it for the culture, or like he's doing it for the honor, or whatever it is.
I loved his little like translation of the gang guys thing. He's like,
Now listen, you punk, there's no way you'd beat me. So step off, 'cause you ain't even got one chance in a billion, you loser biatch.
Your language skills are outstanding, Your Excellency.
Yeah.
my translation might be a little bit off. I think it's just like kind of fun because like the show kind of sets up, not that it's like a very normal place, but it like starts out super normal most of these episodes, but then it's like, how extreme can we go with this mundane problem, given the characters and their abilities to destroy things, essentially. So
The
yeah,
giant car chase, is that in season 1 or in Fumoffu?
that's are you thinking about the mecha one?
No. Cars.
I thought that was episode 2.
Just cars. Not the police one.
Okay, I think the one that you're thinking of, which I brought up, I'd like to point out, this was because nobody saw it before we did it. Do you guys remember the zombie debate that we had?
Yes.
And my
yes,
guy-
the one you brought up there.
Yes. I am so glad we're starting to see some of the things that Sosuke can do now, like fit twice his body weight in armaments somehow, and no one's able to figure out how he does it. But yeah, the car chase I think you're talking about, which, again, whole arsenal in the back of a Fiat, we don't know how. And then he's also dodging gunfire and on the phone with his not girlfriend and all other stuff. That was the second season. Honestly,
Okay.
one of the best openings for those episodes.
Did Chidori get any special training too? Because she does some things during these episodes, like the part where they try to avoid being tardy with her homework. It's like she had to have some training, right?
She did martial arts.
Yeah, she did like stuff like that. I think it's one of those things of just, you're a protagonist, you're very physically capable no matter what.
Is she the protagonist or is
Also-
Sosuke the protagonist?
Deuteragonist. She's a romantic lead.
Deuteragonist, yeah.
This is like a romantic comedy. So you're both.
I mean, Fumoffu more focuses on Sosuke, but Full Metal Panic was very much about Kaname.
I don't know. I feel like it was kind of about both of them because I feel like a lot of episodes were from Sosuke's perspective, but I guess they were always about Kaname.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought it was just like osmosis. You hang around this kid blowing shit up enough,
Well,
you learn stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
thinking about when it is canonically, like, she knows a bit about, like, what's going on now.
yeah,
She has met his organization.
yeah. So
She knows she's technically being protected.
yeah, so she doesn't.
So they
get,
might have given her some training.
I mean, yeah. Probably
Because,
not
like,
a lot,
I think
though.
her and Mal get along decently.
Yeah, she's not really here, though. I don't think until maybe the end. We actually don't see a whole lot of Sosuke's extended cast throughout the majority of this season. I was looking at the episode list. I think the only one where they really show up is the very last episode, which is the hot spring episode. And you can imagine what goes on then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I can only imagine the social not accepting, but
Oh,
he
wait,
doesn't know any better.
Sorry, that's episode 9 is the hot spring. It's like the double episode where the captain of the sub shows up.
Nice.
Which, of course, is love triangle territory for everybody who loves those tropes.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Who's the other person in the triangle?
You barely met her.
Tessa's in love with Sosuke.
Yeah, the white-haired girl who's like she was like in one scene in the first show that we saw. So I'm not surprised that you guys don't remember her, but yeah, she's also whispered. She's like the captain of their sub and like the organization, and she's also, a kid, so
Okay. I forget. The Chittery's best friend with the glasses.
Yeah.
What was her name?
what the hell was her name? Oh, damn, it's not on the list in front of me.
I didn't know if she would like have any romantic connections, or she's just kind of like the sassy best friend. Just that's too smart for her own good.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I read the whole series. I don't think she ever got a love interest. She's just kind of there to make jokes.
She lives vicariously through Konami.
Yeah.
Because, she is the hardest shipper of them both.
Oh, yeah. We do, see one or two other characters who were introduced in season 1 that we don't really get a whole lot with. There was, one short-haired, orange-haired girl who... I'm kind of sad we didn't get to see this episode from the first series, where she gets Sosuke to go on a fake date with her to make her ex-boyfriend jealous.
Oh, boy.
Which goes about as well as you would think.
Mm-hmm.
It always does.
Yeah, it was one of the funnier episodes from the first season.
Or the fact that, the double-length episode where they're at the beach, the Chidori kind of goes, it's like, you know what, you didn't notice me in my bathing suit, Baka, and then she literally gets, I don't want to say kidnapped, but she's kind of like this random-ass kid who can't go outside because reasons. He's like, oh, I've noticed you from afar. Will you please go out with me or something like that? And it turns out he's got a whole bunch of random
assassin bodyguards.
Can you call them assassin bodyguards?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, number one, Sosuke was being typical Sosuke, so I don't know why you're, other than being a tsundere, but it's kind of like, okay, so you were criticizing him for not noticing you, but then you decide to go out with this kid who's clearly a lot younger than you, and you don't consider that creepy at all. But it's okay. He's rich. So
I don't think that she was like, we're going out with him. She just agreed to lunch. I don't think it was as weird. And also, she didn't know that he was a kid when she agreed to this. To be fair, she also didn't know who it was, and just some creepy butler walked up and was like, hey, I want you to meet somebody.
Also, the butler said he'd be killed if he didn't bring her.
Yeah, I guess it is true.
I'm almost wondering, was she thinking, okay, is that an exaggeration? Or based on the kind of people that I interact with so much, is he being serious?
Yeah, she really attracts a type, huh?
I mean, when you're a, I'm going to call it deuteragonist of an anime, you attract all the weirdos. We haven't even gotten to some of the real nutcases that she has coming after her.
Are you talking about Richard?
Yes, but that also felt very narratively appropriate for some sort of rival-esque character. I was thinking Horseman. You guys will know about that if you keep watching.
Oh, fun. A brony?
Oh. Yeah, just about. Now, honestly, I forgot how weird fetishy this show kind of gets every now and then without actually going there. Yeah, I don't want to go into too much detail on later episodes, but yeah, so I really just appreciate this show for, like, because, like, I feel like I've told you guys, the comedies don't always work for me when they're anime, because I feel like a lot of times it's, you know, they go with the puns or the this or the that doesn't always translate super well. But I feel like a lot of this is mostly like physical comedy and like almost absurdist humor for as crazy as some of the scenarios get, which feels a little more universal. You don't need like some sort of cultural or language understanding to like get the joke. Like, it's just fucking crazy. So
Yeah. Like,
It's Looney Tunes.
you don't need to understand the language to laugh at him pulling out more weapons
yeah.
than would physically fit on him. A weapons pile bigger than himself.
Yeah. And like even some of the jokes, like the verbal jokes that they have, like they're simple enough, and it's a lot of it I feel like just comes with the delivery. Did you guys watch sub or dub for this?
Dub.
Love the dub. I think Chris Patton is great as Sosuke for just like that really good dry delivery that at the perfect moments just had that like little subtle sarcasm kind of thing. I love that thing of like he's fighting the butler. The thing blows up behind him. It's like, you were so smart. You did the trajectory of everything, blah, blah, blah. He's like, nope, I just accidentally put in a live round instead of a dummy one. Like, okay. You almost accidentally killed him. And I'm sure this is not the first time.
That's the problem with employing children.
Yeah. You know, speaking of kids, like, you guys were bringing up incels every now and then. We're not bringing up incel for this kid, the not kidnapper.
Oh, 100p.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe Sosuke got to him a little bit. Maybe he's going to turn his life around. He's got time.
Yeah. He's still young.
Yeah. He's just got to get over that crush he had on his cousin. Ugh.
Yeah. God, that was weird.
I lost her. What happened? She was in a traffic accident. Oh my god. Where she fell in love with the guy who almost hit her.
Now, they could translate that in two different ways, because apparently you can, in Japan, it's a cultural thing to call somebody you're really close to, like a childhood friend, a cousin at times. So it's either that kind of cousin or actual blood-related cousin. So,
given the kid's background, and I'm assuming a very sheltered life, he probably was only around family members. I'm willing to bet real cousin.
Okay.
I hate to say that, but yeah.
I was thinking that the kids shop for help the same place that they do in Black Butler.
Mm-hmm.
With the secret assassins staff. And he was engaged to his cousin.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot about that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But I guess they're like, those guys were at least British aristocracy, so I guess it's normal for them. Trying to like look through the episode list of what we
You say that like it's still going on.
Yeah.
We hope not.
Okay, so we
Who knows?
So we saw the shoe locker, the hostage taking thing, the one where they just torture the gym teacher.
Yeah, the lunch room, the lunch thing.
The running.
I mean, he kind of deserved it. He's trying to poison them.
Yeah. I kind of just love the just completely no reaction Sosuke. He's like, no, this guy's a totally great guy. He absolutely cares about what's happening to me.
Or the other one I know, the one I brought up earlier, the notes thing, where it's like the one time you see Sosuke make a mistake on accident.
Oh yeah, I love the fear in that scene. We need to stay calm. What's up? Like, listen, we can fix this. Hey, what's going on? I forgot your notebook. I have never seen so much tension in a comedy.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've been there before too, where I've forgotten my notes or forgot about an assignment. So I that totally brought back flashbacks to high school.
Oh, but just the dead silence where you know he's gonna get killed.
Oh yeah.
I think they
Also, can we appreciate the police officer in that episode?
Oh, she comes back. She's recurring.
Oh, she does. Yes.
Yeah.
There's
a couple.
She was on a mission.
Oh yeah, there's a couple like episodes that have like callbacks and like recurring characters here and there because, just because of what they do so much around there, they end up wreaking havoc on so many people's lives. It comes back to haunt them a number of times.
Sosuke and her are worthy rivals.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, yeah, because episode 4 is where we find... Okay, so I'm not going to give you the whole scenario, but essentially in episode 4, Sosuke has to follow Kaname without her knowing, and they go to an amusement park, and there is a... I don't know if you guys saw in the theme song, that weird, like, mouse thing with the hat.
Yeah.
That is the mascot of the theme park. His name is Bontakun, and he can only say the word Fumoffu, which is where the title comes from.
Oh.
Nice.
So...
He assembles, like, a whole tactical fucking army of them.
Yeah. He ends up stealing one of the costumes so he can stay in disguise. Takes it instead of returning it. Lines it with Kevlar and, like, an Iron Man, screen thingy so he can see the whole battlefield in front of it. He, like, makes these things into tactical suits. And it... on a number of occasions, employs the suit for combat purposes. It is the weirdest but funniest thing. And he can only say Fumoffu whenever he's in it. He's a fucking Pokemon.
Okay. To be fair, he cannot ride the armed slave through the city.
I think those are, like, the only thing from the original series that's actually missing in this series. Which I get, you're not going to bring out the mechas for everything, but for as extreme as they go in some of the situations, I'm surprised you're not pulling out the giant robot.
Yeah, you would think comedies with a Gundam, like, I don't know if there's ever been a lighthearted or a parody Gundam series, but that would totally kind of fit it.
Gurren Lagann? Well, every now and then?
Yeah.
No, like a full on
Oh, okay. Full parody.
Yeah, no, Gundam is it takes itself seriously.
Yeah. Well, what was that one we watched for the toy thing? Build Fighters? That one's kind of a joke, right?
That was just self-advertisement.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me read through some of these, like, just brief, no-spoiler episode descriptions. You tell me if you guys think this might be interesting. Sosuke is going to be a model for an art project, and he booby-traps a whole park. I told you about the costume thing. They have to evict a karate club from their dojo. See here, that's a double episode because then him and the karate club captain have to help out a janitor. Let's see here, the pony guy thing. I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. Oh, they go to an abandoned haunted hospital. Let's see. Oh, Sosuke trains a rugby team in the style of Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's one of the best ones. It's so funny.
I want to see your war face, Private.
Oh, they do so much more than that. I think it might be one of the few times they actually start dropping F-bombs in the series.
Oh, they actually swear.
Like, they censor it. They have to censor it, but
okay.
Here's the thing. I don't even think Sosuke knows what he's saying.
Probably not, because it's Sosuke.
But he's reading from a manual, so. Then...
Although, since he is military trained, he would probably be known for, disciplinary stuff.
Oh no, he goes full drill sergeant, and you see what he's capable of. Then Tessa shows up, then the hot spring thing. Then they team up with the Yakuza from another episode. Let's see here. Oh, then there's a contest to see, someone makes a bet that Sosuke can't get someone to go out with him. So, that
challenge
becomes a thing.
accepted.
Oh, and then the final episode, Sosuke lets off a biohazard in the classroom, and everyone's about to die.
Oh, go figure.
So, great thing to end a series on. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch the rest of these. I mean, just the stuff with the hospital and some of the other things I thought was really fun, because he has no irrational fears whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just let you know, they, like, walk up to the hospital with, like, one of their friends or something. The friend, like, runs away. He's like, oh my god, there was a woman standing up in the whatever, and she runs off. And Konami's like, ha, she's such a scaredy cat. And Sosuke's like, yeah, I know, the woman was just standing there. What's the big deal? So... And, like, he slowly proceeds to just debunk everything. Every terrifying supernatural thing they see. Ugh, good times. So, I don't know. What was your guys' favorite one of these?
Probably the lunchroom one, or the
Yeah.
or the lunch thing.
With the gym teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I want to say he comes back, but I don't know for
He does.
sure. Okay. I like the little transitions they had in that episode with the gym class just doing random shit.
Yeah.
I think we need
Like
more
the
of
one
that.
day they're just dead. Like, we need instruction, and then the next day they got a full boy band routine.
I know I need to check it out because I know they did like a third season called Invisible Victory or something. And I don't know whether that like finishes where the manga was.
I think it does.
Oh, okay.
It says it's a direct continuation.
I'm almost like I kind of wish they would make another season of Fumoffu. I mean, like, because these are very episodic. You can kind of like throw them in anywhere. I know there is like a canonical place for where it is in the larger series, but I think you could easily just be like, hey, there's some other things that happened that summer. And like, I don't think anyone will complain. I think it's a shame that we don't get to see it in this one. I think it's the second raid where they have the Death Note cameos. It was just like a one thing. It was like in the first episode of the second season, there was a couple characters just hanging out outside of where Sosuke and Kaname were that were all essentially Death Note characters, like L and Misa and Light, because I think originally Kyoto Animation was supposed to do Death Note, but then they lost the contract for it. So that was like their little, hey, here's our little Easter egg that we almost did this. And I'm like, maybe it's, I like Kyoto Animation. I don't think they would have done a good job with Death Note, doing it Kyoto Animation style.
Yeah.
Kyoani's like cuter.
Yeah, I don't think that would have been the Death Note we were looking for. But yeah. Trying to think what else to talk about here. I've been talking a lot. Someone else have questions to ask or comments to make?
Wow, I just realized you brought up Kyoto Animation. Oh, I did not realize they did the animation for this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Did
early.
Keep in mind, this is circa like early aughts.
Yeah, this was 2003. So
This was their first thing. Wow.
this was their first thing?
Yeah, I just looked it up on Wikipedia. This is their first thing.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh, and they also did the second raid. Who did the first season of
Gonzo.
Okay, that makes sense.
They were a company made by former Gynex employees.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah. So yeah, they did that. So yeah, you know what? That's not a bad start for the company. Fumoffu, then something called Air, second raid, and then they did Haruhi Suzumiya.
Yeah,
So-
they were.
So
they
all
kind
of
of did
those
it. They
were
kind of
really popular.
Yeah, they
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
went on a roll there.
I'm not a fan, but Lucky Star came after that, and then Clan added After Story, and I think at that point they're just established.
Yeah,
Hey, it is Out of Touch Thursday.
Yeah.
or at least when we're recording this.
Yep.
We're out of touch.
I don't know, you guys got any other things to talk about here? Sound like we all had fun watching it. I'm probably going to watch more of it when I have a little bit of time.
Yeah, it was a good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Do you think you guys are going to go back and watch the rest of the first season?
I might.
Probably not.
You don't want context?
Nah, I don't think it's necessary.
It's really not.
Yeah, it's not. Not at all.
Like, you might be a little lost if you did second raid.
Oh, no,
But-
yeah, that absolutely requires plot understanding.
I do not think Cece has any plans of watching second raid, so...
If
Yeah,
it's
that's
more
okay.
of the mecha stuff, then not really, no.
Yeah, it's mostly the mecha stuff.
Okay, so we need to watch a bunch of Gundam in a row.
Perhaps. You know,
Well,
For
hey,
everything Cece
if-
has put us through.
that's fair. That's totally fair.
Well, you know what?
I think
You know
that-
what? She might actually like the newest one that came out, The Witch from Mercury, because it doesn't deal with a lot of traditional Gundam stuff until like the back
Oh,
half.
yeah, no, that's just gals being pales and exchanging rings, but definitely not lesbians.
Okay, that was just Bandai Namco
Love
being
that
being
house.
cowards, but
And you know, Suletta
I'm kind of
only
interested.
jokes about how she's gonna marry the other girl, but definitely not gay.
the fandom has just ignored Bandai Namco, considering the show canonically ended with them getting married. So I'm just gonna say fuck that.
Okay. I have lost what we're talking about at this point, but it sounds interesting.
Right. I thought Witches of Mercury only had season 1 right now.
No, season 2 literally just ended like a month ago.
Well, damn.
Oh, damn.
Someone's
2
got to
months
catch
ago.
up.
Oh.
Yeah, the second core ended already. Oh shit, I just spoiled it for you, son of a bitch. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. They're still just gals being pales.
No, they're married.
Well,
I'll
now
spoil
you
it for you.
definitely spoiled it. They almost
Bandai
forgot.
says they're gals being pales.
Yeah, they're also... I'm not going to go there because I don't want to get this video demonetized.
Oh, as if we have money coming in.
Okay, they're just
Yeah.
being...
No,
Okay,
we are.
they're just being homophobic and don't want to piss off international markets that would ban it. So,
How would
Even
that
though-
get us demonetized?
I don't know. YouTube's a screwed up place.
Yeah, of course it is. Why do you think we're here?
YouTube loves homophobia.
Yeah, we're probably... if you say, hey, this thing is homophobic, we'll probably get monetized.
Well, I can't help you with that, but yeah, at the very least, this is still a yay for me. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I'm happy that I've started watching it again.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was nice.
Yeah, I'll give it a yay.
No, definitely a yay.
Yeah. You know, the one thing that it was missing, we kind of mentioned, was the mecha stuff. I'm itching for a little bit of mecha, honestly. And there is something that has been coming up that I'm like, you know what, we've been bringing this up every now and then because someone else hasn't seen it, but we should watch a mecha movie. Let's watch Pacific Rim.
Voltron. Oh.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications. If you enjoy this video, give us a like, and if you haven't already, check out some of our previous episodes, our daily gaming videos, or our parody series, Madoka Magically Abridged. See you next time!